This is a second part to inequalities. It is lesson IN2 of inequalities. So we've already graphed the inequalities, which were like the exercises 1 through 4, and looked at the graphing rules. And now the second part of this is solving the inequality and then graphing your solution. Solving inequalities are exactly like solving equations, but there's two exceptions. So I need you to write these down because they're really important. So solving inequalities . First of all, variable must be where? Where did we have to have it for graphing, Irene?
Variable must be on the left.
Yes, variable must be on the left. And the other thing that I'm going to go through, and I'm not sure that they'll give you too many of these, but if you multiply or divide by a negative, you have to flip around the inequality. Okay, so the variable must be on the left, and if you multiply or divide by a negative, flip around the inequality, and I'm going to show you what that means. If you had negative 2n equals, not equals, whoops, negative 2n is greater than 10. If we had the problem negative 2n is greater than 10, we have already solved one-step equations, lots of them. How do you get n alone? That's negative 2 times n. How do you undo times? Divide. And we've got to divide by what number?
2.
Nope. What number's with n?
10. 2.
It's not 2. What number is that?
2.
What number is that? It's not just 2. What number is that?
Negative 2.
Yes, negative 2. So you've got to divide by negative 2. And the minute you say divide by negative, you've got to turn that around. That's what number 2 means. It now becomes less than. So negative 2 divided by negative 2 is n.
Yeah.
And positive 10 divided by negative 2 is negative 5. So this is what number 2 means. So let's just look at that really quick. I'm going to put negative 5 on my number line. If it's less than, is it an opened or closed circle?
Open.
Open, and I'm going to shade which direction?
Left.
Left. Because it says less than. So to the left. Okay, we're going to look at some examples that are on the note page. Is there any more questions about anything that I've got written there?
No.
Freddie, you have a question about that that's up on the screen? What?
I'm kind of confused. Why did you flip them?
If you're doing a negative, think about the number line. Do you see how on the number line, the smaller the numbers to get on the left, they look bigger? Okay, well, it's because those numbers are in reverse. That's why. They're in reverse. So if you want to look at it this way, I'll show you. Here we go. Are you ready? This is going to answer your question. Freddie, is 3 less than 4? Freddie, is 3 less than 4? Is 3 less than 4?
Oh.
Is 3 less than 4?
Yes.
Yes. So what we're going to do is we're going to multiply both sides by negative 2. 3 times negative 2 is negative 6. What's 4 times negative 2? What's 4 times negative 2?
-8.
Negative 8. So if I just bring down less than, is negative 6 less than negative 8?
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's not, because it goes in reverse. It's actually greater than. So because there was a negative involved, and the negative side of the number line is in reverse as far as the numbers go, when you multiply or divide by a negative, you've got to turn the symbol around. Okay, let's look at the examples that we have right here. So we're going to look at number 5. So we're going to do the steps that we solved equations last week and use them with inequalities. I'm going to start with number 5. Y plus 6 is less than 11. How do I get y alone? I've got y plus 6. I want to get rid of those 6. What do I do? How do I get rid of those plus 6? What's the opposite of addition? Subtract. So subtract 6 on both sides. Everybody write this down, please. So we get rid of that 6. So y is less than 5.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to my number line. If it's less than, is it open or closed? Irene? Open. And which way am I shading? It says y less than 5.
Right.
It's pointing to the left, so you shade left. Number 6. A minus 6 is greater than 0. How do I get my 6 back? It's A minus 6, and I want just A. Plus 6 on both sides. That takes away these. And A is greater than 6. Open or close circle?
Open.
It says greater than 6. Am I going to shade left or right?
Right.
It's the right because it's greater than. Okay, we're going to do number 7. 4q is less than or equal to 32. How do I undo 4 times q? How do I undo times? Cole? Division. Divide both sides by 4. Because 4 divided by 4 cancels away. Q is less than or equal to. What is 32 divided by 4? Do you know, Cole? How many times does 4 go into 32? Eight times. So if it says Q less than or equal to 8, is it open or closed circle?
Open.
Less than or equal to 8. It is closed. If it's less than or equal to, is it shading left or right? Less than goes left.
L.
We're going to do one more. We're going to do number 9. We're going to do number 9. All right, here's number 9. It says 2r plus 5 is less than or equal to 19. All right, so remember, you go to the side with the variable, with the r, you hold up on the 2r, and you need to get rid of the plus 5 first. Kirsten, how can I get rid of the plus 5? How do you get rid of plus 5? What's the opposite of addition? So we're going to subtract 5. So you subtract 5 from each side. Those two 5s are gone. Below the line, 2r less than or equal to, what's 19 minus 5? Anybody know? 14. The last step, 2 times r. How do we undo times? Divide. So we're going to divide both sides by 2. Because 2 divided by 2 cancels away to 1. So r is less than or equal to, what's 14 divided by 2? 7. So if r is less than or equal to 7, is it open or closed circle? Closed. If it's less than or equal to, shading which way? Left. And make sure you do the arrow on the end. So we've already done this solving, so this is just going to re-emphasize that. You have to know the graphing. I've got worksheets, but if you lose those, I've got them posted. I just thought it would be nice if I had the number lines for you already. Are there any questions?